What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cracker Hunters. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
And as promised, we got our comparison video today of version 1 and version 2 of Kier from Sideshow Collectibles and the Court of the Dead.
And you can tell it's definitely version 1 and version 2.
Yeah. So I got this in the mail. What was it? Today? It was Wednesday. Got it in the mail Wednesday. So we reviewed it, and I want to just, I got with Anubis, we want to do a comparison video like we did with Freddy and Gethsemane.
Yeah. So,
all right. So I'm gonna let you want to kick it off.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So
what are we doing? Are we going? Which one's better?
Yeah. Which one you like more? Which one does something better or whatever? Okay.
So honestly, on our last video, I said that everything that they did on version 1, they made on version 2 better. And it's still the same. I mean, there's really nothing you can say. I mean, version 2 is just so much better.
I think so too.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's like leaps and bounds better.
I think so. I'm gonna go into detail of why I feel that way, but go ahead.
But honestly, though, if you're looking at it from one, I mean, you're looking at version 2, it's like, well, she's in war. And this one right here, she's not in war, but you know, maybe starting to get ready for it.
Right. She's a warrior in that, but
she's not in war.
Yeah, right.
That's what I mean. That's just what I think. You know, version 2 is definitely better.
Oh yeah. Now, first thing I'm gonna start off with. Now, I think they're pretty equal on the bases. Like, yes. If I was to pick a base, I may like this one a little. Version 1's a little bit better.
I don't think so.
Well, only reason why, because of the skulls. Like, I think the skull adds a little bit more detail to the base itself.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe a little detail, but it doesn't make it. I mean, it makes it cool.
Right.
It doesn't make it make sense, though.
Well, I mean, I just think the skulls enhances her base a little bit more than the feathers on this one. And like I said, I love the feathers on this one because it's such a contrast. Like, as I mentioned in our previous video review, our previous review of version 2. But I think the look of the base, as far as the skulls and everything like that, I think that I would probably give the edge a little bit to version 1 on the base itself. Yeah. Just for the skulls. That's the reason why.
And maybe like the melting metal or whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever that is. Right.
Mercury.
I would say probably mercury. But that's the one of the few things I would give version 1 over version 2 is the base.
I mean, I do like the little Norse symbols and stuff here
right.
at the bottom too.
They look like Celtic symbols or something like that.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what they got going on here on the second base.
I don't think too much of nothing, except for the right here. But now, as far as the paint application, I think version 2 is better because it highlights her muscles. Like on this one,
she's really not almost as built in the pose.
No, she's not.
The pose is more sexy than anything.
Right, because if you can see, like, if you can switch it over to the side where you can see the thigh muscles and everything like that, even on the back, yeah. Like right here, like on the back right here, the lats and the back muscles and everything like that. You can tell, especially compared to version 1, where it's good, but it's nowhere near as detailed as version 2.
I think the model's different too.
And it probably was. I don't know if it was or not, but I would say
if it's the same model, then she did some squats.
Yeah, she hit the gym hard. And I think for me, like I said, the paint application, I think this one, version 2, gets a little bit more of a darker tone as far as that grayish white, just to highlight the muscles a little bit better. Yeah. So I would say the paint application has to go to version 2.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the blood is probably equal as far as starting out dark and then
black.
Yeah, black just about,
like
and the higher it goes up, the redder it gets. That's pretty much equal, but the detail on their feet too. I know it's something small, but
it's better on the
It is, because you can see individual toenails. You can see the veins in her feet on version 2.
Yeah, you don't see it on version 1.
No, you don't, because version 1 you don't see your toenails or anything like that.
You see your toenails, but you don't see the veins.
Right. So I think that too is another bonus for that.
Yeah, and the little folds in her skin and stuff like that goes on version 2. Not only that, man, these little leg greaves.
That's what I was just about to get into.
Man, these greaves, dude, they're awesome. I think it's cooler with the greaves than it is bare leg.
Right, and I agree. Like, and that's another thing that I think version 2 has over version 1
Definitely
is
makes
the
more
armor.
sense.
Yeah, that armor, man, is just enhances her warrior stature, and I think it adds a little bit more detail to the statue than version 1.
Would you almost rather her have boots on, or would you like her barefoot?
Well, I guess she's that good a warrior, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because as we were saying in our previous video, that she's got severed heads, but she has not taken any damage.
Not one. Not one scar on her armor.
Not scar, armor, or body.
Yeah, she don't have cut, nothing.
So that shows how skilled of a warrior she actually is.
Yeah, the only scar she's got is probably the one you gave herself when she cut her wings off.
Right. Now, now speaking of wings, I think the version 2 wings, or as far as the missing wings, are better.
The scars.
Which I'll try to post post some pictures as a comparison. I think the scars, as far as the wings, are more detailed than version 1.
They look older in version 2.
And they got the blood around them too.
Yeah.
Like I said, so I think that enhances the fact that they were ripped out.
They got more bruising around them
Right.
on this one rather than on version 2.
Now, as far as the extra, which version 1 didn't have an exclusive, but I'm going to count that flaming spirit skulls not as an exclusive, but as something to compare the skulls to, as far as the severed head on version 1. On version 2, whether it's the angel head or the demon, which I prefer the demon. But I think
it looks cooler.
It does, and I think that, well, it's not even a thing, it's a fact. Like the severed heads are better than the flaming skull. Which, like, again, this is amazing.
It's cool.
Yeah, it is.
It is really good. It is. It's pretty. It fits for what they're
right.
for.
And I agree. And she's part of the spirit faction, so that fit at the time for version 1, because she was a spirit. It shows the spirits coming out of the skull and everything.
Makes more sense.
Yes.
But we already know she's in the spirit faction now that they've come out with version 2.
Exactly.
So they don't need to.
They don't need to highlight that as much.
Exactly.
So I'm actually glad they went with the severed heads and everything. I think there's a lot more detail in her hair as well. I know especially on the back, like, you can see the individual strands of hair, a lot better than on version 1, which, again, I know you can't see it probably on the video as good as we can here, so I'll make sure I post some pictures.
The hair looks better.
Yeah, so the hair on version 2 is I think is better.
I think the mask is better too. On version 2.
I think they're about equal.
I don't know. That one looks darker.
I think the shading's done a little bit better on the version 2. Plus, I think, like, as I said in our previous review, I like the fact that you can take the mask off to show her face instead of having to switch out heads.
The entire head.
Yeah, the entire head you have to switch out. So like I said, that's where I'm telling they're getting more comfortable and more skilled with what they're trying to do with this line. It makes more sense for me to be able to take the mask off than having to switch out heads.
Yeah, it seems easier too.
And on top of that, for that purpose, they gave us the magnetic stand to hold the mask on.
Yeah.
So, and that's one thing I do like about this better than version 1, is I don't have anything to hold her head on. So I do appreciate them keeping the head on and just being a removable mask.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the cloth, it's pretty equal. Now, there's a lot more weathering on the version 2, but I think they're pretty equal. The cloth is not really that much of a big deal.
No. Well, it kind of is on this one. It shows, it kind of shows she's a warrior.
Right, but this one, it shows that she's been in battle.
Right.
So yeah, so each cloth fits their particular statue, for what they were going for.
Right.
But
this one's almost like when she first lost her wings.
Right.
Okay, she's been through some shit now.
Yeah, I done killed some people now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, there's a lot more detail on version 2. Now I know with Gethsemane, I think people like you like version 1 because it's more regal and more feminine.
Yeah, sexy.
Yeah, sexy. This one, don't get me wrong, it's still sexy, but you can tell she's primed for war in version 2.
It's not so sexy.
No, and I think version 1 is sexier.
Yeah.
per se than the second version. But this version right here is still feminine. It's still sexy, but she's primed for war in version 2.
Not to be fucked with.
Yes. And I think that's the main thing I love about version 2 is just that, yeah, try me. I got a severed head in my hand.
I've got a demon.
Right.
Yeah, I just fucked this guy up. Come on now.
So like I said, I love the armor. Like it still has the spear faction. I mean the
symbol,
the court symbol on there. But I think the detail in the armor is much better in version 2.
Yeah, and it almost seems like it fits better.
I think so too. Like it just, I do like. I'm trying to think of like the swords are pretty equal. Like I think they're a pretty equal size. We haven't figured out if this was metal yet. I got to get a magnet to try. But the swords are actually pretty equal. Like there's really not much difference in the swords. There's a few here and there.
Even if it's not metal, it looks metal. And
right.
It still kind of feels that way. It feels sturdy.
Yeah, it does. But like Anuba said before we started recording the video, it probably made more sense to not make this metal, to make it heavier, because it disconnects from
there at
the wrist. So it may have been a little bit more of a quality control issue.
Right.
If, instead of making it metal, and it's heavy.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be sitting there with your statue, like upstairs or whatever. You got your
statue.
Just
fall out.
And the hand just falls
right.
and breaks. And you're like, oh, well that
shit.
was a waste.
Yeah. But like I said, for me, I think they enhanced everything from version 1. They enhanced on version 2.
Right.
Like every conceivable aspect, they made sure to enhance on the second version.
Do you think they had more money to make that one?
I think they did, because I think the line itself is getting more popular, because I noticed that the statues are selling a little bit faster than what they were before. So I think this line is getting a lot more popularity and a lot more notoriety, and letting people know that, hey, this is a line worthy of collecting. It's quality. It's for me, one of the things I love about it, it's not tied to a particular license like Spider-Man or something like that.
Well, it's Sideshow.
But no, what I meant, but even Sideshow, they had to pay for those rights to make that statue.
Yeah.
So with their own unique line, they can take a lot more chances and do a lot more different things.
Well, they can do whatever they want.
Exactly. And that's, to me, why I love the Accord of the Dead so much, is because it's
freedom.
Yeah, and it's unique. And it's not like anything that's out right now.
Right.
There's some aspects that may be, borrowed from other ones, but I think far as originality, I think that's why I love the Accord of the Dead so much.
I don't know. I can't really see anything that's borrowed from anything.
And
you can look at some things, be like, okay, this kind of looks like a Valkyrie.
Right.
And Cleopsis looks like Egyptian. But stuff like that, I mean,
that's really the extent of that.
The rest is completely original. I mean, or the mermaid, or the vampire queen.
Right.
But I mean, it's definitely, they're all original looks and everything.
Yeah, and each Quarter of the Dead statue looks different than, and what I mean by that is each character looks different from the other characters. Like there's really nothing that you can tell right away.
Shard and Kier don't look alike.
Exactly. Aglavale doesn't look anything like Death. Like each one has their own unique thing about their personality and about their particular character.
Yeah, their faces don't look the same. It's not like they just stick with one model.
Exactly. Like everything's different for each one. And I same thing, like this, like version 2, like you can tell how much of an improvement and how much they've improved on creating these statues.
It almost makes you wonder what else could they do with Shard.
Well, they had one, but I think they canceled it.
Man, it looked cool too.
Yeah, where she would show her as
a Crusader.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen version 2 of Shard, because I think from the pictures that they showed at the time, it looked like it looked so much better, because it gave a lot more of an action.
Crusader, man.
Exactly. And I hope they do continue. Excuse me. I hope they do bring that out.
Yeah.
I hope they don't cancel that one.
Maybe they're just redoing it.
Yeah, maybe. Like I said, but I will hope they do bring a version 2 of every character, because I would really be excited to see version 2 of Melivestros.
Yeah.
I would be excited to see what they do.
It'd be kind of weird to see him as a warrior.
I mean, yeah, and honestly, he's not really.
He would almost be like a mage or something like that,
right?
Like a wizard.
I would just love to see what they would do, like just as a version 2 for that one.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yes.
Or hell, maybe they would do something completely different.
Maybe. I hope so.
They can do whatever they want.
Exactly. That's what I love about it. But in your opinion, which one, if you only had the money to purchase one, and you had to make a choice, which one would you purchase?
Oh, I would definitely get version 2.
And that'd be for me as well. I'd have to get version 2 if I had, which luckily I don't have to.
If they were the same price.
Yeah, the same price, same everything. I would go with version 2 as well because it's a lot more detail.
It's just cooler looking.
Yeah, and I think so too.
I think I would have to do the exclusive too for real.
No, exclusive. If you're gonna get this, I'd say jump on this exclusive before it sells
the
out.
angel head, it looks
No,
cool.
it does. Yeah. The angel head looks cool, but in comparison to the demon head, it's really no contest.
Maybe that's just us though.
Well, I go by look, and I think the look
looks cool.
It does. It looks cooler than the angel head. That's the way it is.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe tell us in the comments which ones you like better, the angel head or the demon head.
I say demon. I'm sorry.
It does look cooler.
For me, it does. All right, so I think that's really it for this. I mean, me and both Anubis will have to go with version 2. I think this one is an enhancement on everything they created with version 1.
Well, I mean, Kier, she's just an awesome character, period.
I agree.
But version 2, man.
It really shows us what kind of war.
She's like on a supernatural version of Spartacus.
Yeah.
She's in some kind of
gladiatorial arena or something like that.
Fighting demons over and over. She's just so good that she didn't get hit. So
like I said, for me, it's version 2 all the way. All right, man. So I guess that's the end of this comparison. This was pretty quick. Wasn't too much to talk about, But I think for me, if you have the money and you absolutely had to get one, version 2 is the way to go.
With the exclusive, that would get the cool.
Please, if you have, exactly. Please, if you have a chance to jump on the exclusive, jump on that.
And we're not saying that the angel head's not cool,
but the demon's head's cooler.
Yeah, way cooler.
It's way cooler.
Way cooler.
Yes. So everybody, well, thank you for joining us on this comparison video, man. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get notified of our future videos. But I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
We'll see y'all next time. Peace.